report 1. Let me put this down. Okay, so research report is more of like the formal name, whereas the other one, it's known as the compare and contrast essay. Right, so this is a very specific one because it only talked about, or it just asked you to apply your knowledge of compare and contrast. Whereas the other types of academic essays out there, you might find out that the compare and contrast are more built in. So this is the one that's exclusively asking you to use your knowledge of compare and contrast, whereas the other ones that you might take care of, you could deal with compare and contrast somewhere in between, but it's not going to be as exclusive or only in that case. Okay, all right, so the research report, compare, contrast essay, what we are going to first, right, talk a little bit about and review on would be its writing expectations. Okay, writing expectations. So first of all, everybody tell me or think a little bit about this. Whenever we bring up the name or the term essay, what does it embody or what does it include? Oh, Ella, yes?
I think we we shouldn't use first person or second person, and probably need to use some formal words and formal sentence structures.
Very good. Okay, so the writing expectations here, first of all, we need to understand what comes with the word essay. So whenever we talked about essay, this is not like a story writing, right? This is not like some random piece writing, but essay always refer to, or it's equated with, a very systemic and structural layout of a specific type of writing. And this is more advanced than creating a story, okay, or writing a particular or a random piece. But the writing expectations, number 1 is to stay formal. Okay, is everybody with me so far? All right. And number 2, you need to make sure that the actual similarities and differences that you're laying out are not made up, they're not fake. So you need to stay factual, okay? And yeah, we could just leave those here. So formal, factual, and another very important thing is to stay unbiased. Because, for example, right, if you're comparing 2 different brands of sneakers, okay, and because you personally have worn, let's say, Adidas, and then the other one is more of like a new brand and you didn't try it out before, and then you're just comparing and contrasting using your own experience. In this case, right, nevertheless, or more or less, you're going to be a little bit unbiased. Depends on your own experience of wearing Adidas, like whether or not you like it, whether or not you feel like it's cost effective, whether or not, right, there are other things that might come in and hinder your judgment, which in this case, right, it's not necessarily the best way to represent what those 2 products have held for people, right? So we, in this case, in order to be factual, in order to stay truthful, right, it's better that we don't become biased and then put in a lot of personal judgments, okay, put in a lot of personal thoughts or anecdotes even, because that is still a part of your personal experience. Is everybody with me so far? Yes, okay. Sammy, you good? Aiden, you good? Are we doing so far so good, everyone? Nice. All right, so the writing expectations, we shorten it to 3 words, all right? And in order to make sure that we're compliant with these 3 words, what might be some specific parts that people can lay out for me? Okay, so in order to be formal, in order to stay factual, in order to be unbiased, what do we need to do? Or what are some of the things that we can't do? So the left section would be what we need to do. Okay, let's say those are, expected. Okay, whereas this particular section would be the don'ts. So in terms of, right, the actual writing of our essay, we can first of all start with the expected part, okay? And then something that Ella has already set for us is absolutely true. And then Ella, in this case, I would need you to further break it down of its necessity. Why do we need a thesis anyway? And what should be in this thesis, if you're able to remember that
The
part,
thesis,
even better. Mhm.
the thesis should cover all the main points mentioned in the essay. And
So what might be the main points be about if we're writing a research report?
just like the points that are being compared or contrasted.
Very good. All right. So what is expected? Number one, we do need a thesis. All right. And in this thesis, you need to cover all fields that are, okay, compared or contrasted. So what we need here, it's not the actual similarity or differences, but the fields. Is everybody with me so far? Okay. So this is a part that we'll try to explain a little bit more in detail. It cover all the fields. So for example, I'm comparing the sneakers, as I said before, right? Two brands of different sneakers. And then the fields here that I might compare would be price, okay? The level of like whether or not it is comfy, whether or not it is something that well, it doesn't make you feel painful. And then number three, and the last field that I might cover would be the occasions that I can wear those sneakers. Is it just about sports, or can I maybe wear it on other occasions as well? Does that make sense to people, everybody? Okay. And then within each field, right, if I'm talking about price, then I could have different parts listed out, right? Oh, maybe there are certain functions or features in this particular brand, but you need to customize it, or you need to do this, you need to order this, you need to have a different edition, then you might pay extra. So there are different conditions that comes within each field, but in my thesis, I don't give it all a lot. It's not yet the timing for me to make it that specific, because introduction only introduces. Is everyone with me so far? Okay, all right. So this is important. Oh, I have more people coming in. Oh, hi, Angel and Aaron. Hi, Aaron. Are you able to turn the camera on? Are you here? Hi, Angel. How are you? Haven't seen you in a while. Is your mic working?
Yes.
Yes, nice. Okay, so we are now talking about the writing expectations for compare and contrast essay. I hope everybody still remember what those are. All right, nice. Okay, so my thesis need to explain those and include those, right? The fields that are compared, contrasted, very nice. And then for the don'ts, right? Ella has also given us one very important one, right? No, can you repeat it again, Ella? What are we not including?
We should not include any first person or second person related things.
Okay, very nice. So no first and second person pronoun. And in this case, right, I'm gonna ask Angel to try to break it down for us. Why first and second person pronoun will become problematic, and why do we need to avoid them?